Hey everyone, today we're going to tackle the basics of macronutrient calculations. These basic equations are essential to helping you understand the amount of proteins, carbs, and fats that you're putting into your body. They're also super helpful when it comes time to go grocery shopping. No one likes making 2 trips or ending up with excess food, although your dogs might not mind. And if you're wondering, but like how much should I be eating, or what types of food should I be eating, please consider investing in yourself and joining the CrossFit Be Someone nutrition program. Today I'm going to target a daily macronutrient prescription of 133 grams of protein, 171 grams of carbs, and 57 grams of fat. Again, if you're wondering where those numbers came from, we'll talk about it during the second meeting of your nutrition program. But before we get started, I want to remind you to eat your vegetables. 2 servings with each meal, and you should note, not all vegetables are created equal. Some contain high quantities of carbohydrates and others have high glycemic index values. But back to the topic at hand. Personally, I don't like feeling hungry, and I believe in keeping your digestive system active. So I'm going to break down our daily prescription into 2 snacks and 3 meals. What's important is that our total daily macronutrient goal is still being met by the combination of our 2 snacks and 3 meals. Perhaps you don't have time to eat snacks between your meals, and that's perfectly fine. We can adjust your macronutrient intake to whatever best suits your needs. There are 2 types of foods that we'll be reviewing today, and this should cover most of the foods that you eat. The first type will be processed foods, which can be identified by the presence of a nutrition label. To be honest, I have no intention of milking cow or baking my own bread. The second type is unprocessed or raw foods. Now let's say that I wanted peanut butter as my source of healthy fat. Reviewing the label, we can tell that each serving has 8 grams of protein, 6 grams of carbohydrates, and 17 grams of fat. I can also see that each serving consists of 2 tablespoons or 32 grams of processed peanut butter. Going back to my meal and snack macronutrients, I can calculate how much peanut butter I would need. For our meal, we know that we need 15 grams of fat. I know that each serving has 17 grams of fat, and that there are 32 grams in each serving. This means I need 28.2 grams of processed peanut butter. But now let's look at our snack where we have 6 grams of fat. Again, I know that each serving has 17 grams of fat, and there are 32 grams in each serving. This means I need 11.3 grams of processed peanut butter to fulfill my snack. So I fulfilled the fat needs for both my meal and snack, but I also need to take into consideration the carbohydrate and protein that is included in this processed peanut butter. Now let's look at unprocessed foods. Today I have a craving for grilled chicken, and when I season my meats I stick to basic herbs and spices which do not add any nutritional value. Remember, basic does not mean bland, but if you add things like olive oil, butter, or honey, then you need to consider the macronutrient values of these ingredients. I try to stick to meats that are 90% lean, so I'm going to be looking at grilled chicken breast today. A quick search shows that 100 grams of raw chicken has 23.1 grams of protein, 0 grams of carbohydrates, and 1.2 grams of fat. When you buy chicken breasts, there's an infinitely small chance that it's going to be exactly 100 grams, and more importantly, to make meal prepping practical, you'll likely want to cook your chicken breast in bulk. Thus, one more ratio needs to be considered, and that's the cooked to raw weight ratio. When I'm preparing my chicken, the first thing I do is trim off the fat and the skin, and then I weigh the raw chicken breast all together. This week I purchased 3.26 pounds of chicken, and after trimming all the fat off, I ended up with 3.05 pounds, or 1,383.5 grams. I then proceed to score the chicken, place it in brine, season it before I cook it over the grill. After cooking, I end up with 1,282 grams. This means I have a cooked to raw ratio of 1,282 grams cooked to 1,383.5 grams raw. Now when I go to plate or ration out my chicken, I have the necessary tools to know that I'll be getting the correct amount of cooked protein. Again, going back to my meal and snack macronutrients, we need 35 grams of protein for our meal. I know that for each serving, there was 23.1 grams of protein per 100 grams of raw chicken breast. I cooked all of my chicken breasts together and ended up with 1,282 grams of cooked chicken breast from the 1,383.5 grams that I started with. And you can see that I need to portion out 140 grams of cooked chicken. Now some of you might be saying, what about the fat? We used all of our fat on peanut butter. You're absolutely right. We need to account for the fat in the chicken and adjust our peanut butter serving. And this is where tools such as Excel, or more importantly our nutrition program, can assist you in simplifying this conundrum. Again, the goal was to go over the basic macronutrient calculations, and I hope you can follow along and are now better equipped to tackle your macronutrient goals. Catch you next time. 1,383.5 grams that I started with. And you can see that I need to portion out 140 grams of cooked chicken. Now some of you might be